So the activities, apart from the horse rides and all of that, what are the other things that people look forward to when they come to, okay, I'm going to Ojude Oba. This is what I look forward to. I know that I saw a couple of highlights, I mean, just clips on social media, but what are those things that makes Ojude Oba exciting and interesting for people to come all from across the world to want to be a part of it, not just the Ijebu people, but even outsiders?
Well, the uniqueness of Ojude Oba Festival is that it's a forum, it's an event that brings together Ijebu people, both at home and in the diaspora. It's always in the calendar of every Ijebu, but it may be that you, due to financial circumstance or due to your job circumstance or due to family commitment, wherever you are, you're unable to make it. But your mind is there that you want to be part of the show. So they have the age grade system, which is unique to Ijebu. It's always of 3 years gap. We belong to an age grade, and the common denominator is that age bracket. It does not look at your circumstance, does not look at your education, does not look at your economic prowess, does not look at your economic indices, does not look at your social situation in the economic spectrum. It is about coming together, people providing for their fed needs, people looking at how they could be of assistance to each other. Don't forget that some of us went to the same primary school, we parted ways. Some of us also went to the same secondary school, we parted ways. Some of us also attended tertiary institutions after we parted ways. And then some of us are dispersed. So we try to come together to help ourselves. So I do not know the age grade that you belong to if you're an Ijebu lady, but I belong to one. And we see ourselves as one indivisible element. We try to give gratitude to God Almighty that at least we are together despite our economic situations. And you also have visitors coming all over the world, from all over the world, to be part of the celebration. And this is Ijebu's gift to the rest of the world in terms of religious tolerance, cohesion, coming together as a people, not allowing any situation to divide you or to create a void. So we also have, I've mentioned the horse riders and others, we also have our visitors coming to associate with us, coming to learn how we do it, coming to learn how we're able to bring all these people together and why and how we become so thick that everybody is talking about the Ojude Oba Festival. We cannot also forget the economic significance of Ojude Oba Festival. It's one festival.
That's because I want to know how it's the economic importance or the economic implication on Ijebuland, Ogun State by extension, and Nigeria. Or basically.
Well, let me start with its contribution to the economic situation of Ijebuland. Right now, let me just let out a secret here. Ojude Oba Festival, next year's edition will be about on the 10th or 9th, or, will be about 8th of June or 7th of June. It's always minus 10 or 11 days. Minus 10 or 11 days. So those who know the secret will be making preparation now for the next edition. And they will be making their bookings, especially those who don't have houses of their own in Ijebu or Ijebu Ode. For example, now, if you are from Ijebu Ode, you have a house, then you know that you don't need any accommodation. If you have guests coming in, if you are asked to accommodate them, yes. And if you live near Ijebu Ode, where perhaps the distance within 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you have a house in Agowe or Ijebugo or Ilese or even Ekpe, there is something you can traverse within 30 minutes or 20 minutes, so we don't need. But others, especially our brothers and sisters outside Ijebuland, in Lagos, in Abuja, in UK, in USA, in Canada, in Europe as a whole, in the Middle East, in the Far East, and in other African countries, they want to come home. They want to be part of the celebration. So they need to book their hotel accommodation ahead of time. Otherwise, 2 months to the festival, all the hotels in Ijebuland are fully booked. They're oversubscribed. They are oversubscribed. Then, all the artisans are engaged in one business or the other, trying to fix the various facilities, houses, hotels, to put them in a state of readiness, in a state of preparedness for the festival. We also have food vendors, because to provide for thousands of people trooping in and trooping out, it's a lot of task. So in every material particular, the festival has economic significance. It also has social significance, because we are socializing with one another. And we're also trying to put things in place. For example, now trying to improve the facilities in the hospital, the state of our roads and all the rest, and improving the state of our education, I mean, the infrastructure within the environment and all the rest. So Ojude Oba is not only about merrymaking. It's all about people deciding to come together, providing for their felt needs, helping one another, and making it possible for people to have something to look up to. Because there are some of our people who are outside there, but for the Ojude Oba, they would not come home. So Ojude Oba is providing a platform for them to reunite with their families, with their friends, kith and kin. And Ojude Oba also offer a lot more.
Even to the Ogun State, Ogun State.
Of course, I mean, Ijebu Ode is part of Ogun State. So whatever affects Ijebu Ode will invariably affect Ogun State. And that's why you always see the heavy presence of Ogun State government, always led by the governor at any point in time. Most governors in Ogun State would never miss Ojude Oba festival. The deputy governor will also be there. The commissioners will be there. The legislators will be there. Other kings will be there. Clergymen, Christians, traditionalists, and all the rest. It involves everybody.
Thank you so much for that. Now, going back to the Regbe, I see that, of course, everyone will have their Ashwebi or Ashwegbe that they're going to be putting on, and it's not something small. Now, like you said, that the age group, it doesn't look down on whatever class or strata you belong to. But now, with that kind of thing, don't you think is putting pressure on people who cannot actually meet up to that standard or to that level of purchasing Ashwebi according to whatever amount it will cost or something?
If you are a sociologist or anthropologist or a cultural ambassador, and you're able to do a thorough analysis, it's not the way people sit out there. Some of these clothes are not as expensive as you might want to imagine or think. See, the story is this. When you see about 20 or 40 people wearing the same brand of attire, putting on the same costume, it looks larger than life. I tell you that some of these clothes are just adire. Some of them are Ankara. Even Ashoke that you see is cheaper than Atiku, wool materials and all the rest. So Ashoke is not as expensive as people think. With 40,000, you can get Ashoke. With 50,000, you can get Ashoke. With 10,000, you can get a 5 meters of Ankara. With even 6,000, you can get 5 meters of Ankara. So what is that to an average Nigerian? And this thing goes yearly. And at times they recycle this uniform. For example, my age grade, what we wore this year was something that we bought 25 years ago. So because you have about 20, 40, 50, 60 people, 100 people wearing the same uniform. So it looks so great before people, before those watching. But I tell you that it's not that expensive. How much is a walking stick? How much is an handkerchief? You see them waving. How much? So among us, you see, I told you, we see artisans, we see Okada riders, we see drivers and all the rest. You see professors, you see businessmen and all the rest. It's bringing us together. And it's a way of supplicating to God. It's a way of thanking God for bringing all of us together. We thank God. Some of us went to the same primary school, and some of us have fallen by the wayside. Some of us have joined our ancestors. God has called them up. But those of us still around, we need to give gratitude to God. We need to thank God for being together. And it's like a cultural revival. I mean, if you have been to Brazil, the Rio Festival and all the rest, and other festivals, I mean, and Nigerians come together in USA. I mean, I have children in USA. I've been to USA. I've attended functions. Ijebu, this, that, and all the rest. Yes, it's just an extension. It's a way of cementing your identity. So you have nothing you get in London. Are you going to say that it's a waste of money and all the rest? So a people without culture is a lost race. This is our own culture. This is our own attainment.
Thank you so much, sir, for that explanation. Do you have any final word as we round up?
Just that as we move on, you expect a better organized, a better planned Ojude Oba festival. You expect a festival that will do justice to Ijebu as a race, because it is unique to us, and we guide it jealously, and we'll continue to do everything possible to improve on what we do and to make sure that it is globalized, if not. And for every Ijebu son and every Ijebu son and daughter to feel happy that he is an Ijebu
Thank you so much for that. Thank you once again. And
Pleasure.
to you out there, you heard it all, Ijebu, Ojude Oba, and everything that makes it exciting is what you should look forward to in the coming year. And I hope that you've been able to learn a little about it, and you can also read about it. You know, it's very important that we know why our culture is our culture, why something happens, or why we are doing this. You don't just join and just keep doing. You need to have a detailed understanding of what it is so that you can be able to pass it on. Like you said, our culture is very, very important. So let's hold it dear to our hearts. Until next time, when I come your way again with another exciting edition of Let's Talk. Be safe.